Susie here. Thanks so much for watching. Today I've got a really great video for you guys. I know that I'm in a different filming area today. I'm actually in the bathroom, and the reason why I kind of wanted to come in here and do a video in here was because there's new lighting in here, and I just wanted to kind of see how this lighting kind of looked in my videos and things. So if it sounds a bit echoey, that's the reason why, is because there's really tall ceilings in here. And the reason why I didn't put on any makeup yet today was because I have a tips and tricks video that I'm sharing with you guys today. So this is my top 10 makeup tips and tricks. And these are gonna be quick, easy tips, things that you might already know, things that you might have not known, that I have learned and discovered myself. Some things that I have heard from other people, but all of these things I really wanted to combine in this video because I believe that they are really awesome tips and tricks that you can always use when applying your makeup. So if you guys are ready, I'm going to inform you of all the tips and tricks that I know. So the number one tip and trick that I want to share with you guys is actually something that I'm not really going to be able to show you guys how to do because I don't have any brushes that need cleaning. But the number one tip and trick to applying makeup anywhere you go, any time of day, no matter what, is to always have clean brushes. So if you're using your brushes all the time, you've had them for a while, you use them every day to apply your makeup, you do need to wash them. And the best way that I have found to wash makeup brushes, because the bristles and the hairs in makeup brushes are usually very gentle, they're very sensitive, and so you cannot use harsh cleaning detergents like dishwashing liquid, maybe your own hair shampoo, things like that. They make special like makeup brush cleaners that you can buy at Target. I know I've seen a few there that were pretty inexpensive that you can buy, and they're already gentle enough to use to clean your makeup brushes. But if you are too broke or don't have a way to get there to get makeup brush cleaning supplies, then all you have to really do is use baby shampoo. That's what I usually use, and I just kind of wash them very gently with my fingers. Don't press them down in it, like do any of that, because you will jack the bristles all up. Just simply pour a little bit on it, some water, just kind of, with your fingers, kind of work into the bristles a little bit and get all that makeup out. Sometimes you might have to do it more than once. You may have to do it until the water runs clear, because usually mine are pretty caked on with makeup. So I usually have to wash them up a couple times, and then once the water is running clear, you're pretty much done. And a lot of people actually like to go ahead and moisturize their brushes afterwards to keep the hairs and bristles kind of nice and moisturized, so they don't dry out, break, all that jazz. So what they like to do usually is kind of use a little bit of olive oil, put a little bit on the brush and let it kind of sit and soak in to the bristles, and probably the next day you should be able to use your brushes. They should be dry and able for you to use. Make sure that you're cleaning your makeup brushes. I would recommend cleaning them at the very, very least, possibly every 2 to 3 weeks if you're using them continually, all the time, every day type of thing. I would probably suggest about every 3 weeks kind of washing them off, even every 2 weeks if you are a super heavy makeup user. And if you don't really use them a whole lot, you'll probably get by with every month or so. But eventually, when the bristles do start falling out, it's time to say goodbye to them and get yourself a new brush set. My number 2 tip and trick is using a face primer. And the reason why I encourage you to use a face primer is because now that it's going to start getting warmer out, especially during the spring and summer months, the air tends to get kind of humid, it's raining, it's hot, sometimes it's sticky, and a face primer is going to actually help set your face for your powder, foundation, blush, bronzer, everything. It's just going to set your face and have it kind of be ready for all those products to be applied and help the products last longer on your face, as well as kind of keeping a barrier between your skin and the makeup itself so that the makeup isn't like soaking into your skin and causing you to break out. Now, a really good drugstore primer that I have found is the Instant Age Rewind Primer. This is from Maybelline, and I got this at Walgreens, I don't know, probably a couple months ago. I don't really use it a whole lot because I don't really wear a lot of heavy makeup. Usually I just wear tinted moisturizer and a little bit of powder, and that's it, because I'm just kind of trying to stay away from totally caking the makeup on. But if you have somewhere to go, like you're going to a club, you're going to a bar, a party, a friend's house, whatever, and you're doing kind of a little bit more makeup than usual, a face primer is a really nice way to go. And this one comes out nice and clear, and you'll notice after you put it on your face, it is very, very soft and silky feeling. So you simply just apply it right onto your face, just like you would a face cream. Once I put it on, my face still looks completely the same. It's totally clear, and yeah, it's gonna help your makeup last longer. So a good face primer is awesome. This is a really good drugstore one, but you can find one by MAC. You can find tons and tons of them at Sephora. So it's just whatever you can afford, but don't think just because you buy it at a department store that it's better, because this one is definitely really great, and it was about 11 bucks. Bought it at the Walgreens drugstore, and it still works just as well. So tip number 3 is a tip that I think is super, super important if you use concealer, and most of us do. So I kind of use a stick form concealer. This is one by Tarte, and it already kind of comes out in a stick form that's very simple and easy to apply. And usually I will kind of just apply right onto my face if I'm like really in a rush. I'm not trying to like, you know, go all out. I'm just like hurrying and I'm trying to go somewhere. And sometimes if I'm just kind of trying to hurry through a video, I'll just go ahead and apply it. But the true and really good way to apply concealer is actually to warm up the concealer first, because the concealer is very cold. In the tin, in the tube, whatever it is, it's cold and your skin is warm. And so when you apply it onto your skin, it does melt onto the skin a little bit, but it's really better to kind of warm up the concealer first. So a really easy way to warm up your concealer first is to just apply it on the back of your hand. So I'm just going to apply some just like that. And your concealer should always match your skin color. It should not be darker or too light. This one is probably just a tiny bit lighter because I did go tanning not too long ago, and so my skin is a little bit different. But I really don't actually use a whole lot of concealer. So once you put it on your hand, as you can see, it's right on there, and just kind of run your finger on it. This will warm up the product and make it a lot easier to get onto your face, and it will blend in so much easier if you do it this way than if you just simply apply it from the stick. And this is the best way to cover up dark under eye circles. As you can kind of see, I do have a little bit, and I applied some there. It definitely looks a little bit better. And this is just so much better than just applying it straight out of the tube, because number one, the product is blending so much better onto your skin. It will cover better. You will have to use less of the product, and it will last you longer, so you don't have to keep going out and buying concealer. But this is definitely the best way to cover any kind of under eye circles that you might have, because it will blend so much better, it will cover better. And if you just give it a little bit of time to just kind of heat up on your skin, it will definitely cover so much better. As you can see, my under eye circles look like a billion times better. Tip number 4 is kind of a little bit different. It's something that I kind of recently learned, I didn't really know about, and I was like, what, this isn't gonna work, but it really, really does. The best way to apply your foundation, if you're going for a really natural, blended kind of look, you don't want it like a really harsh, like lines, you don't want it to look splotchy, you don't want it to look kind of like weird and, you know, uneven. The bestest way to help blend your foundation onto your face is to actually use a makeup sponge. So I have one here that I've already kind of used. I'm going to actually use the back of it that I have not used. And the best thing you can do is wet this. So I'm just going to go ahead and go right over here to the sink. And I'm just going to wet it all over. Just, you know, totally wet it just like so. And you don't want it dripping wet. So if it's dripping, just kind of squeeze it out just a little bit. But make sure that it's very damp when you touch it. So here is mine, and it's very, very damp. As you can see, it's kind of wet, and yeah. So once it's a bit damp, that's when you can go ahead and apply. Now I'm using, this is the, I never know how to pronounce it, Sonia Kashuk, I guess. This is the Perfecting Luminous Foundation. I just purchased this at Target not too long ago, $9. This has got to be like one of the best foundations I have ever used. It is so easy to use with this little pump. I love it, you guys. I have to do like a review on it. And actually just go ahead and apply just a little bit of the foundation right onto your wet sponge. And go ahead and apply onto the face. And the reason why I wet the sponge before applying my foundation is that the water in the sponge actually helps to distribute the foundation more evenly on your face. So you're actually blending it so much better into your skin when you wet your sponge a little bit, because it helps the foundation to kind of be less thick and makes it a little bit more of a kind of watery, runnier consistency on the sponge. And this actually helps to have the product get onto your face so much easier. It's not going to look caked on. It's going to look a lot more natural, kind of an airbrush kind of look to it. And I really, really like the way it just looks natural. I hate looking caked on, like I just caked on a crap load of makeup. This actually leads me into tip number 5, which is to apply foundation everywhere. Now, you might think you only need to apply foundation on like your face, right here, here, nose, there, and that's all. You actually should be applying foundation onto your eyelids, under your eye, your nose, your neck area, around the jawline, right under here. And this is why it's so important that your foundation match your skin tone, because that way you don't have these weird splotches of a totally different color on your neck. So always make sure that your foundation is matching your skin tone and not like too dark or too light, because not only will you look like a freak, but it's going to look really weird when you have these weird splotches. So tip number 6 is using your blush. This is my Hard Candy baked blush that I really like to use, and the reason why is because I don't think it's too harsh. It kind of has a little bit of a shimmer to it that highlights your cheekbones. You can actually kind of use it all over your face if you wanted to highlight, but I think the best way to apply blush is to simply take a little bit on your brush, and instead of extending it all the way out towards your jawline, is to actually just concentrate on the apples of your cheeks. So when you smile, these are the apples of your cheeks. And that's really where you should be applying your blush, is right there on the apples of your cheeks. And just make sure if you're using a blush, don't use one that's too dark for your skin tone. Don't use any like crazy hot pink blush that is gonna make you look insane. Use something that looks kind of natural. I really like when blush looks natural. I absolutely hate seeing that woman in the store that's wearing like the super hot pink blush right on the apples of her cheeks so she looks like she just got pinched by gremlins. Don't do that. But another good place to apply just a little bit of this kind of blush is right under your jawline. And the reason why is because it helps to kind of highlight your jawline. It helps to bring your face out a little bit more and kind of frames your face a little bit. So just applying a little bit of blush, right there on your jawline will help to kind of pull the whole look together and give you kind of that dewy glow. Now, a lot of us use mascara. Mascara is super great. It helps to kind of pull your whole eye look together, frame your eyes, makes your lashes stand out. And this leads me into tip number 7, which a lot of us sometimes will purchase a mascara. Sometimes maybe we've had it for a little while, we use it a lot, it becomes kind of sticky. And so the best way to kind of avoid a sticky mascara is to, well, first of all, when you put on your mascara, you definitely want to curl your lashes, which is what I was just doing. And that's because it kind of helps to lift the lashes up and kind of frame your eyes more so you're not looking totally crazy. So this mascara is actually not very sticky. This is my Grow Luscious mascara, but let's pretend like it was sticky, okay? So we're just gonna apply our mascara like always. Oh! Oh crap. Just when I got excited. Okay, so applying my mascara, top and bottom. I have like no bottom lashes, it's so sad. So I'm applying my mascara. I'm gonna go kind of easy on it because I don't want to get too crazy. About to wash my face here later. So the best tip for separating a sticky mascara on your lashes is not to sit there and go like this with your mascara, even though that does help. But don't go like too crazy, like jamming it onto your lashes, because you're probably going to smear it or do something, and the brush is going to go like shh and stab you in the eye. So who knows what can happen. A really good way to kind of avoid it is to actually use the little brushy side of your brow brush. This is usually used for brushing your brows in the proper direction. But this one will actually help to kind of separate your lashes. So sometimes if my mascara is a little bit sticky, I'll just take this side of the brush and just kind of brush out my lashes, and this will help to separate them. So some people already know this, but some people may be just using this for their brows and not know that you can use this to also separate your lashes out after you apply your mascara. If they're like sticky and clumpy, this will definitely help to separate them. Just make sure that you wipe it off before you go using it on your brows, because you might have like really super dark brows and you don't want to do that. Well, unless that's what you're going for.